Hi everybody, once again welcome back to another PRTC's Community Calendar. I'm Miles Crosby, and joining me today we're at, once again, the Colleton Civic Center. It's Jenny Bunton.
Hi.
Good to see you again, Jenny.
Good to have y'all here again.
Always good to be here. And once again we've got Cathy Hunter. Cathy, good to see you again.
Thank you.
And now Cathy, in case you don't know, she's actually the costume designer and the set designer, and you've been doing this for a long time, Cathy.
Almost 16 years, around 16 years.
So when I see this crocodile behind me, that's one of your designs.
Yes.
And we got Captain Hook's outfit over there in the corner, which is awesome, and also have set designs up there. And once again, all of Cathy's hard work, and we do appreciate it. Basically, bringing something very special. It's going to be the Children's Theater, the Colleton Children's Theater. They're going to be doing Peter Pan.
We're excited.
That's going to be really great. Now, obviously, since these are children, I'm assuming that Peter's not going to be actually flying around the stage.
Unfortunately, Peter's not going to be flying. That was one of the biggest letdowns, that and how Tinkerbell is portrayed, but I won't tell the crowd. They'll have to come see it to see how we do it.
But, you know, once again, that's the beauty of theater. You can kind of, you know, make it all work, put it all together, and the kids, I'm sure, are excited about what's going on.
Yeah, and we're excited. COVID sidelined us for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
Prior to COVID, they were remodeling the auditorium.
Right.
So the Children's Theater has always, our home, in my spare time doing the Children's Theater, has always been here at Hampton Street.
Okay.
So for a couple of years, we did 2 productions. The school district was kind and let us have 2 productions at the high school Performing Arts Center.
Right.
Then COVID sidelined
And
us.
shut everybody down.
Last year we came back and did a smaller play with like less than 40 kids.
Yeah.
It was a huge hit. It was wonderful to have the Children's Theater back, being back home in this building. So when we announced Peter Pan, we are now back to pre-COVID numbers
Awesome.
of over 80 children.
Wow, wow.
And so it's exciting. New challenges have arrived.
I imagine dealing with, well, first off, what's the age group for these children?
They are 7 to 17.
So you've got really a wide range of actors
Oh,
and
yeah.
actresses. And so I imagine when you've got 80 people, that's a lot to kind of control. Who's the director of the whole play?
There's 4 of us.
Okay.
I'm the artistic director who kind of oversees everything. But in addition to that, we have Bree Chapman, David Breland,
Right.
and Campbell Tripp. And the neat thing about all 3 of them is they were in children's theater throughout the years as, you know, coming up through the ranks. Cathy dressed them. They worked behind the scenes, and they've come back over the years. Campbell has a child that's actually in the play now.
That's awesome. That's fantastic.
David's a teacher down in Charleston, and Bree works for the Citadel in the athletic department. But they come and they do this because it was near and dear to their hearts when they were actors in it.
Kind of like a homecoming.
But with that many kids, Cathy has a whole crew she can tell you about, but there's 4 of us that kind of take the lead.
You know, speaking of Cathy, I got to get you into this conversation because I'm looking at all the stuff that you've designed, and I'm assuming some of it is you know, things that you have to think about in your mind and then put it into actual costumes and actual props. I mean, where do you get your inspiration? What do you do? Run us through the process. I'm looking at some of the props and going, wow, this is really great.
Well, a lot of it comes with, I just kind of do a little research, but a lot of it comes out of my mind. And the kids are, like I said, the kids are always asking, it doesn't look like the movie. Well, no, it doesn't, because once it comes out of here, it's not exactly movie like the movie. I am an artist by trade.
Uh-huh.
So that just kind of comes out.
You've got the vision for it, you got the artistic talent for it, and you're able to actually put it into actual props and costumes, which is a huge talent, and we're lucky to have people like Cathy.
I would be lost without her. She keeps me straight. It's amazing to see what comes out of that artistic brain of hers, and then to watch the kids' faces, number one, when Miss Cathy tries on their costumes or when we're setting stuff up, and then to see the parents and the community members see not only her designs, but the kids using them. It's awesome to watch her work and to watch what she does with them.
And I've seen a lot of actors talk about sometimes when you actually get into the costume or get into the makeup, it kind of puts you in that scene, and more than just the acting themselves, it helps make them, if they're acting, flow better, I guess would be a better way to put it.
They do.
I mean,
they become that character, and
Exactly.
they get so excited. They ask me every day, "Can we try on our costumes? Can we try on our costumes?"
I'm looking at the Captain Hook costume back behind you, Cathy, and I'm thinking to myself, whoever's going to be wearing that is definitely going to be enjoying themselves. You know,
Definitely.
that's really, really neat. But now, if a child wants to perform in the theater, how do they go about doing that? How do they know about it? How do they get in it?
We have several opportunities now, and Kathy is one of our teachers. Everything is housed here at the Civic Center.
Right.
We have classes throughout the year after school. We did 2 summer workshops with several different instructors. Several of them are volunteers. Several of them, they, like David and Bree, they were in the children's theater and they want to come back and give to the community.
Right.
And then we do one huge production just like this once a year. Everything, all information can be found on our Facebook page, Colleton Children's Theater.
Yes.
We have an Instagram page as well. And all they've got to do is, we have parents that contact both of us and want to know, what have you got going on? We direct them usually to the social media. And then usually in May, we do auditions for our big production.
I got you.
And the way we look at it and our philosophy is, if there's something a child really and truly wants to be involved in the theater, whether it be behind the scenes or on the stage, we're going to find a job for them. We've got her crew. Tell him a little bit about your crew with students.
I have students that come in and help move backdrops. I have students that come in and wrangle children, which means helps them.
Sure.
They dress children. They dress them in their costumes. I have children that come back. They help do makeup.
Oh.
Actually, her daughter has been my makeup artist for a long time. But now they come in and they like to help afterwards. You know, they enjoy that. I have a big crew. I couldn't do it without them.
Well, you know, I was going to ask you about that, and we segued right into that, about how many people do you normally have helping you on this?
A lot.
A lot? That's a lot of work.
I beg everybody that I can to come. They come after on their lunch breaks. They come on after hours. Whenever they can come and help, I'll put you to work. You can figure it out.
And when it comes to actually sewing the costumes and that sort of thing now, is that something you do here in some of these spare rooms at the Civic Center, or you do that at home, or what do
I
you do?
do that at home.
Do that at home.
I
So
do
a
that
lot
at
of work
home.
at home.
I house it up here. We house it here. We have a room, and I keep all my products here. But actually sewing, I take it and go home and bring it back. My husband doesn't like it because the house is usually covered in costumes for months.
But you know, that's part of being married to an artist.
Yeah.
You know, seriously, that's awesome. You know, we were just talking about, actually, before we started filming, Jenny and I were talking about some of the movies and TV shows and series that are being filmed all around the Low Country, and obviously radio was filmed, you know, right here at the Civic Center, and you know, parts of Forrest Gump were filmed all across there. You got the Righteous Gemstones down in Charleston, but a lot of movies end up using Charleston as the backdrop to their you know, their movie or series or whatever it might be. What great experience for these kids to be able to see, even if it's not going to be in front of the camera, being behind the camera and
Yes.
working and learning what it's about, being around the theater, which I know theater and movies and TV can be a little different, but still it's that basic knowledge that you learn and decide whether it's something you might want to pursue.
And we've had some kids that have done that. Her grandson went on, he was in several of our productions, and he went on to the Governor's School, the Arts, in perform in theater.
Right.
Kristen Murdoch, who has come back and sang here, she was in several of our productions. She went on to the Governor's School, Boston Conservatory. She's been over in Austria with vocal mechanics. But Buse Bickley,
Right.
Chris Bickley, that they used to live here. Buse was our first Daddy Warbucks.
Wow.
And Buse now is a prop manager and prop designer on Broadway. He currently has 4 shows running on Broadway right now.
Now, isn't that amazing? And you think about that, from right here in little Walterboro.
They started here.
And they started here, and now they've spread out all over the country.
It's
all over the world in some cases.
We like to think we had something to do with their path.
I believe that.
Whether it be helping them or doing, that's not what I want to do. You know, at some point, we hope that the skills that we give them, whether it be helping with the costumes and painting, whether it be running a spotlight, we've got kids running tech.
Sure.
Whether anything like that, some of the skills that they acquire with the children's theater, it goes so far beyond performing. It goes so far beyond, I mean, it's working together.
Right.
It's learning how to work with other people. There's just so much, and we hope we're putting that back into the community no matter where these kids go.
I'm a firm believer you learn more and you really get a great education just from being around other people. You know, you learn more
That you wouldn't normally be around.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So you learn from different ideas, different things, people you're being exposed to, things you can actually learn. I think it's all good. Now, I want to remind everybody, this is going to be happening, it's going to be September the 7th and 8th.
Yes, 2
All right,
shows.
then it will be an evening show at 8 o'clock, at 7 o'clock rather, right?
Yes.
And then that's the Saturday night.
Yes.
September the 7th, so it's coming up soon.
We're also doing, the Thursday before, we're doing 2 special school shows for the community.
Awesome.
At a cut rate for field trip opportunities. And our first show, as of yesterday at noon, was sold out.
And the tickets, what, $15, is that right?
They are $15 for adults and $10 for students and seniors.
All right, fantastic. And once again, it's going to be September the 7th and September the 8th.
And one thing I did want to add, we're kind of wanting to have some audience participation, have a little bit of help.
Really? Now, how does that work?
Well, what we would like to do, if you come
Right.
and you would like to come as a lost, we say lost people because we have lost boys and girls.
I get it.
If you'd like to come as a lost boy, a mermaid, a pirate, Indian, we will be having a raffle, and we will have some cool prizes for adults and children who would like to come in costume, in character to the plays on Saturday and Sunday.
So they bring their own costumes.
They can come dressed. I'm excited because I'm doing this on purpose because Kathy knows I love to go through the costume room and dress up. I do. I'm bad about it. But yeah, so we're going to have a little bit of fun. And
So who are you going to be?
I'm not telling. I'm not telling.
It's gonna be a surprise,
It's going to be a
huh?
surprise. Yeah.
I'm thinking Tinkerbell, maybe. I don't know.
Yes, that you never know. You never know.
Or Wendy. But anyway, it's Come Fly Away to Neverland. Once again, it's
us.
going to be September the 7th. It's 7 o'clock, and Sunday, the matinee show at 3 o'clock. And it's great education and so much more for the kids.
Yes.
And we appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you.
All right, once again, Kathy, we appreciate you being the costume designer and the set designer. Kathy Hunter, of course. And your official title is costume designer, set designer
Everything.
extraordinaire.
Yeah, I guess.
Nana.
Nana. Everybody calls
All the
me
kids,
Nana.
all of us
Even
call her
the
Nana.
adults.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I
She
appreciate,
adopts everybody.
appreciate what you're doing. It's really a gift. And then, Jenny, you and I are going to talk some more.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've got a few other things that are going to be coming up at the Civic Center,
That's
and we're
right.
going to take a quick break.
Okay.
And we'll be right back, and we'll talk more about that. Once again, you're watching PRTC's Community Calendar for, Jenny Bunton, and once again, Kathy Hunter. I'm Miles Crosby. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
From engagements, birthdays, anniversaries, to celebrating the birth of a child, we want to thank you for choosing In-Fingers Jewelry for the past 70 years to help you celebrate the important milestones in your life. Come see us at 229 East Washington Street in downtown Walterboro, under the clock.
Thank you for choosing In-Fingers Jewelry.
Hi, everybody. Once again, welcome back to PRTC's Community Calendar. And once again, joining me, the lovely Jenny Bunton.
Hi.
Hey. And speaking of Jenny, you've got a lot of stuff coming up, especially if you love music.
Yes.
You've got some great stuff. Now, first off, tell me a little bit about, is it Haydn to Tango? Is that
It
right?
is Haydn to Tango. This one, I'm excited about everything that's starting to happen. I've been in the position for a year, and I feel like we're gaining some momentum. I'm getting phone calls from people from out of state. They've found us online. And then I'm calling in some people that I know to see if they can help out. One group is from Chamber Music Charleston, and they have played with the Charleston Symphony Orchestra.
Right.
And this particular group, this string quartet, I wanted them to come specifically because there's some awesome people. I've gotten to be good buddies with them over the years, but they come to Colleton a lot.
Right.
Anybody that comes to Bethel United Methodist at Christmas for our Christmas concert has seen them play with us.
Right.
And they are just neat, talented, amazing people. Not only that, they also go down to Edisto Beach and play once a year, and they're a huge hit down there. So, but they are a string quartet.
But they play a little bit of everything.
They do, and this is a neat program they're bringing. It's called From Haydn to Tango, a fiesta of music for string quartet, because it's in celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month. And if you've ever seen them, they can play anything. They are amazing. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm doing something a little different. We're going to do a Sunday afternoon program, so maybe get some people that want to come out to the center and experience some new stuff have a new time to do that
All right, you
instead
said-
of evenings.
You said it's going to be a Sunday. It'll be September the 22nd, right?
That's right.
3 p.m.?
3 p.m.
Right here at the Colleton Civic Center. And, you know, I'm a huge fan of strings. I love it.
Oh,
absolutely
I do
love
too.
it. One of my favorite concerts I've been to a lot of great rock concerts, but you remember the Moody Blues?
Oh, yes.
Big back in the 60s, 70s, and
Yes.
80s at one point. They actually did a show at the North Charleston Coliseum along with the Charleston Symphony.
Yes, I remember when they did that some time ago.
It was phenomenal.
Well,
It was
the
absolutely
thing about it that I love about bringing this, and I love when they come to Bethel, because I get to sing with them, which is
Nice.
such a treat. We don't have a lot of strings in our area. It's all around us. There's some school districts that have strings programs, other stuff like that. But a string quartet, a lot of people envision stuffy classical music. It is not. It is a lot of fun. And to see what these artists can do with an instrument, some of these violins and violas are no bigger than that.
Right.
I mean, no amplification. They want no speaker system. They don't need it in this beautiful facility.
Especially here. I mean,
Yeah.
the acoustics at the auditorium is beautiful.
If anyone has ever just thought about, I wonder what that's like, they need to come, because what these four can do together is just, and they've been playing together so long, is seamless. They read off of each other. It is just neat to watch them play.
You know, you say, you know, a lot of people think of strings as being, you know, stuffy and classical and all that, but the truth is, if you go back and listen to a lot of the hits back in the day, especially in the 60s, early 70s, lots of strings involved.
They had
Lots of-
strings and brass sections, and you don't
Exactly.
think about that with popular music.
But they did.
But they did.
A lot of it.
And a
A lot
lot
of
of today's music uses electronic music to simulate
Exactly.
string sounds. Come see the real thing.
To see what it really should sound like.
Yes,
Exactly. You know, and we were talking about one of the bands I used to play at 96 Wave, Jump Little Children.
Yep.
One of the things that I loved about it was the fact they had a cello
They
player.
had cello.
in there.
That's right,
So,
that's
you know,
right.
So I love that. So once again, it's going to be Chamber Music Charleston.
Yes.
And the quartet's going to be here Sunday, September the 22nd at 3 p.m. the Colleton County Civic Center in Walterboro.
Yes.
You brought up Bethel. You said they play around Christmas time at Bethel. United Methodist?
Every Christmas, I think we have it like the second or third weekend in December. They've played with us about 10 years or so.
One of the reasons I bring that up is the former piano player for Bethel back in the
Yes.
day was Miss D.M. Buckner, who was my choral teacher, you know, in junior high and high school.
Yes.
Back many years ago. And one of the things we did after I had graduated and went on to do other things is they got together a group of different choral singers that had all sung under Miss Buckner, Miss D.M. Buckner, at different parts of her career.
Yes.
And I was lucky enough to be asked to be one of them, and we performed on this very stage. And we were raising money to honor Miss Buckner by
Yeah.
buying a grand piano.
And that grand piano is right back there backstage. Yes.
And I understand you've got a duo that's going to be coming and playing the D.M. Buckner grand piano. Tell us about it.
I'd love to take credit for this, but there is a community member
Mm-hmm.
who approached me, and this duo has been to Walterboro numerous times and played at St. Jude's Church in Scarden Hall.
Wow.
I have never had the opportunity to see them, but I have talked with them. They're neat people. They're from Florida. But they travel all over the United States, and in November we'll be performing in Paris, and next year we'll be debuting in Dubai. So this is an international act.
International talent. And this is, it's called Duo Bull Arts, is
Yes,
that right?
yes.
And it's Catherine Land and Tao
Tao
Lin.
Lin, that's
Tao
right.
Lin
But this person contacted me and said, I just can envision them playing
in this theater.
in this theater on the D.M. Buckner piano.
Wow.
And like you just said, this facility years and years ago raised money for a piano in her honor.
Yep.
There's a humongous plaque of everybody who donated in the lobby. And it is going to be just that piano in the center of the stage with these two amazing, accomplished professional pianists coming and just filling this hall with some beautiful sounds. I've put for the Chamber Music Charleston as well as Duo Bow Arts events on Facebook and tried to share it. And in those events, I have put in their Facebook posts and links so you can see what both of these groups are capable of
Right.
and what is coming into our facility and our community.
I mean, international talent coming right in.
Yeah.
And the thing I keep grinning, just thinking about Miss D.M. Buckner, thinking about the fact that I think she would be smiling right now, smiling down upon us about the fact that
I would hope so.
international talent's going to be playing on
Well,
the
and-
piano basically dedicated to her.
I was fortunate because I went to the same church with her and I was very little, but I remember Miss Dim, and she is legendary.
Oh,
She is
100%.
legendary, and
100%. She affected a lot of us growing up.
she did. And a lot in the community, and I'm excited and honored to bring her name back out, maybe to a generation that doesn't know her impact
Exactly.
as an educator and a musician. And I'm hoping others in the community will see that as well, as come out to see these people.
You know, and the other thing is the donor who thought about
Yes,
bringing them in.
yes.
I mean, I don't know who it is, and my bottom line is obviously they're a fan.
Yes,
And
they
wanted
are.
to- and they obviously had to have some connection to Miss Buckner or knew about her.
Well, it's very neat. Is it's an educator
So-
and somebody who loves to do stuff for our community and has for a very long time, and loves the vision I have for this building.
Mm-hmm.
And when he called me, he goes, "Can you make this happen?" I said, "Give me your phone number."
That's
So I'm excited about that.
You
Big
know,
time.
I tell you what I'm excited about is what you've been able to accomplish since you've taken over here at the Civic Center.
trying.
I mean, it really, it's awesome. I mean, one of the reasons we keep coming back is we just enjoy the interviews and we enjoy what you've got coming up and the music and the talent and
Thank
and the
you.
theater and everything. Once again, we were talking about Peter Pan earlier.
Yep.
And it's just so much. We appreciate it. We're lucky to have you.
And there's more. Y'all gonna have to come back soon because
looking
there's
forward
even
to it.
more coming before the end of the year.
I'm looking forward to it. Anything you need to add before we wrap things up?
We do, in addition to the things that I bring in through the county and through this facility, we do have some renters bringing in
Oh, okay.
some, the bodybuilding exhibition we
That
had.
was a big hit.
That, yes, it's coming back at
Okay.
the end of September as well.
Okay.
I've got a wonderful touring group that is renting our facility to put on a gospel type play in October.
Very nice.
Another one in November. All of that information and contacts of how you can get tickets for those events are on the website and on Facebook. They can look those up. And then there's also ticket information about Children's Theater on the Children's Theater Facebook page. But also there is ticket information about the Civic Center events like the Chamber Music Charleston and the piano concert. Tickets are available here, online, and at the Colleton Museum.
You got a lot to keep up with.
It's a little bit, yeah.
That's awesome. I love it. Absolutely love it. Well, we're going to be back soon.
Yay!
I promise.
I like it when y'all come.
I enjoy being here. I really do.
Good.
It's obvious.
Okay.
But anyway, with that being said and done, Jenny, once again, thank you for all you do.
Thank
And we've
you,
been talking to
Miles.
Jenny Bunton, of course, the head person at the Colleton Civic Center. She's doing a wonderful job. What we used to call Hampton Street Auditorium, or
I
Hampton
still
Street
do.
School. Yeah, I think a lot of us older people, a lot
Never
older than
will.
you,
I
think
can't
about that.
change that.
So anyway, thank you, Jenny. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. And thank you for joining us. Once again, you've been watching PRTC's Community Calendar. Till next time, I'm Miles Crosby.